Meanwhile, let me just share my screen.
Sure. Hey, the recording has started.
Can you start the screen sharing? It's been turned off.
Yes, just a sec. Okay, try now.
Okay, okay, it's visible now, right?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, and I will keep my chat box open on the other side. So if you have any doubt, you can just type it in. And also, I'm putting the link of this web page. So everybody can just open this website and can land on this page. So last time we discussed how it is going to work. So today we are conducting this study jam to mm, just go through the new to programming track, and so that it can help you go through this prior programming experience track, because Google has allotted us with the information that the certificates that are to be given to you will be only uh, you will be only eligible if you can complete this 2 units, that is in the prior programming experience track. So let me just show you what it is in. So there are 5 activities, right? And you are going to make an app for every single one of them. Uh, and your progress will be tracked here. If you want, we can cover it in the next study jam, but I think you should do it on your own. It would be beneficial to you. And we are here if you have any doubts related to that. And this is the second unit. It also has 5 parts, and each one of them will have one app that you have to make. And each one of these activities will have a badge like this. So you can just go ahead into a developer profile, and you can assess how many you have. This is my other account, so you can see uh, multiple badges. You can also earn them. And something I wanted to tell you is many times there is a simple error in this. So, for example, so first of all, let me tell you, we are going to complete this track. We are going to try to complete this track. So I would like if you can also code along as we go through it. It starts from very basic, so even first year students can understand. From the statistics, majority of the students are for second year, so it would be beneficial to them too. So suppose you are going through these activities. Uh, and this is the first module, and you open it, right? So even though you watch this video, what you have to do is, even after the completion of this video, you have to skip it. Otherwise it will not be considered as your progress. And if you are, for example, conducting a code lab, right, and you have already completed it, so at the end of it you will get an badge for the first lab completed, and that would be automatically given to you in your profile. So um, so see, you get the badges right here, and it is in beta mode right now, but in the future it will be much more beneficial to you. uh, so if you have completed, see, the code labs, read it. We are going to do everything that is written here, so don't worry about it. Um, then at the end of it, if you do not click the done button, it will not be counted as your progress. So if you click done, We have to wait for it. Yeah, I have to refresh the page. So certain times the progress will not be effective as soon as you see it. See, now it is visible to you. So many people will have problem regarding this. So I'm just showing you beforehand. And even sometimes what will happen is the progress will be 100 percentage, but outside the module you will not be able to see the progress. So that is one thing to consider, that if you earn the badge, you don't have to see the 100% completion. You will earn the badge when you complete the module. So the completion bar is not that necessary. Uh, Even if we complete this now, we will have to take the quiz. Okay. So last part is the quiz. We are not going to complete the quiz here today, because that is something what you have to do on your own. Let's get started with the basic Android basic. So these are the videos. I think you can watch it on your own. They are very interesting, and Google team has given a lot of input there. So if you're starting your coding journey, for a lot of second year student, Kotlin will be very new. So you can watch the video. It's very nice and interesting. So running your first uh, Kotlin program. So let me just open the playground. And majority of the programming you're going to do in the first module will be in this playground. So, and it's very fast. So it's fun to play around with the code in the playground. Okay, so what they are trying to tell us, it's just print the hello world. uh, it is already there, so you don't have to work for it. Or you can print anything. For example, uh, right, it will print. So it's the basic, is the same as the C language that you might would have done, but see, you don't have to put the semicolon here. And there are different ways to even there are certain parts of this programming language syntax are different than C, but it is a lot similar to that. And if you have completed Java, then it will be very familiar to you because it is built upon Java, just a bit better than it. Okay, so we have completed this, so we're going to the next part. So now we will modify our program, and just to print a happy birthday, like just we did with BSc RNG we will print happy birthday. Okay, it's printing, right? So it's that simple. So for the next part, we are printing three print statements. It will show us an error if okay, let's just try. What we have to print is your 25. So happy birthday is the same, right? Uh, we'll write one more John, right? And okay, so that's simple print statement for you. And if you just remove this, it will give you an error because obviously this is not a string, and the variable, if it and it is considering it as a variable which is not yet declared, right? So it will give you an error. But if we just do this, it will print it. So that was certainly very basic. Uh, so this was the first module. See, they are telling you to complete this. It's very simple. So this way we just build your first Kotlin app, then we're going to write our first Kotlin program. I think completed this one, right? This, okay. This is we have to create a birthday message in Kotlin. So likewise, we did before. It's all print statements. Uh, you're just printing it along. So it will get boring if I have to write everything that's here. So I'm going to write only the things that are new because just writing print statements will be a waste of our time. So see, there are two ways to declare a variable here. So VAL for declaring constants and VAR for declaring variables. And you can use the dollar sign with the curly braces uh, to uh, print variables in the string itself. So let's just check what it is. Right. So let's just declare something name and just keep it what it is. Just right. So when we did this, it gave us an error, right? So what we are going to do is just remove it, uh, put it in braces, and print name. See, it is giving us the same results, even though we just using variable. So it is a very simple process that way. You can even use numbers. So it is not like C language that you have to uh, write the type of the variable. Although while declaring parameters that will come in the functions. So let's not discuss that right now. So we have to print a banner. So this is just a bunch of print statements. If you don't understand something about it, we can obviously do this. So can you just let me know if you want to do this? It's very simple. Because further down the lane in classes and certain modules, it will take more time. So I don't want to waste time here. I just want a response. Hello. Okay. So I'm considering that you guys are okay with me skipping certain parts of it. This is just print statements. And this is just okay, repeat thing. This is to be using, okay, we are just using repeat to repeat it 23 times. It's basic function that you can run. Okay, I'm skipping this because it's very boring. Okay, so this is concluded. I'm not going to show you the quiz right here. But let's just get fast to next part. Okay, so we almost completed. Yes, so we completed this part. So now we're going to create your basic Android app. Okay, so there is this introduction to Android Studio. So if you are very new to Android development, you should see this. Show you what Android Studio is. Um, it's this code lab is to show you how you can install Android Studio. I think majority of you would have downloaded it by now. So let me just show you what is the process. So you go to the downloading page and you just download it. Okay, this is gonna take some time. All you have to do is install the Android Studio after this. I have already installed it, so I don't need it. After that, you have to install it. So this is for Mac. So if Mac users are there, sorry, I cannot show you here. But for Windows, it is very simple. Okay, now we come to certainly some fun part of the code labs. Okay, so here it is showing how to create a virtual device. think, okay, let's just start the Android Studio and show you. Okay, we have to go into the Avd Manager, and you can see I have downloaded two AVDs. It might take some time, and it will obviously. Okay, wait, it's showing some. Wait a second. Okay, it's here. So see, you will get a whole Android device on your phone, and right now my PC is lagging. Okay, we are back. So am I audible? My PC just froze for a second. I think I am. Okay. So my PC just froze. So it's very simple. You can go through it, but it will be just in the installation process. You have to just select whatever device uh, you need to have. It will be according to the this RAM size of your PC. So let's just skip this part. Run app on okay. We can just run the app on. Let's Yeah, it's very simple. You just have to connect your phone and turn on USB debugging from settings. I can also skip this part. Third module. Okay, now we have the basic of Android. Okay, now we are going to create an app finally. Uh, Sorry for the boring part in the starting, but we have to go through it. Now that we are here, you can see these videos. I have already completed certain parts of it. So we have to create a birthday card app, and in the process we will understand how basics of Android works. Um, okay, so first we have to create the project. I certainly do have it already made for you guys, so wouldn't take a lot of time for you to understand it. Let me just open the project. Okay, I'm not able to find my project. So let's just start a new project. I'm just going to take this guide to another one. Okay. So now that you can see Android Studio, we are just going to start a new project. And in that, we have to start a empty activity. And in that, we have to write happy birthday because we are making a birthday card app. So it will automatically give the package name, and you can select whatever uh, API level you have to use. So certain features of Android Studio will work according to the level of API you use. Now, so for right now, we just select the default one, that is API 19. Okay. So you have this boilerplate code here. Okay. So now we have to understand what is view groups and what are the views. So let's just get into line. Okay, we have it. So we're starting there regardless. We have not written a single line of code yet. Okay, so this will take time. So in the meanwhile, let me just show you what they are trying to convey here. So there are certain layers when you see your screen. So first there is a view group, and in which certain views are there. So what is this view? It would be certain buttons or text view, or a text box as we see in HTML, and it will be grouped under a view group. Next thing, this is the design mode of Android Studio. It is where you can edit the layout. We will see as it compiles if it is ready. Okay, so it's running. Okay, so app was built, and okay, the AVD is here. Okay, obviously it is an Android device in your PC, so it might take time. So let's just in the meanwhile, let's just continue with what we are doing. And here it is. It is a text view that we are going to add into it, and we have a constant layout that is the view group of this whole screen that you can see. And in the component tree, you will get this is a view group, and this is the view under it. So as we saw here, so the view group at this point is constant layer as it is written here, and there are views in it. So the text we have added, which is called text view, is in it. So if you see the hierarchy in the component tree, you can see that the constant layer has a text view that we can add. Okay, I'll show you how we do that. And then we have to manipulate certain attributes uh, that are already declared. So uh, just waiting for the app to compile. Okay, Okay, so see, you can see the happy bird, but it is still printing hello world. So what we are going to do is we are going to go into layout editor mode and I'm having certain lag. Okay, okay. We have here the activity main.xml where the design is stored. So if you open it, you will be directly land on the design mode. You can also use the split mode. What it does, it will show you the activity XML, which is the part of a different mod, next mod actually, the next unit itself in this track. So for right now, we'll go into design view. What we have to do is just click on it, and you can see here the text field. So now all we have to do is just edit it. So it's very simple at that way. Uh, right, and see the text changed to happy birthday. So now if we just build a gradle and just run the app again. So the changes that we did here will be reflected in the app right here. Okay, see now we are printing happy birthday here. So in the next module we will be editing it. So that's going to be interesting. So we come back to this. And what they want us to do is just delete the layout and then just create a new text view altogether and just put in the and we have to put in the constraint. Okay, we can do that. And this is personalized for Sam. You can make it for anybody. So in the next 5 minutes we're going to do that. Okay, so first of all what I have to do is just delete this. Let's directly delete the whole text view. Now, if you want to add a text view, you can just have to go to text and just put it here. So now you have a text view right here. Now, what we will do is just write happy birthday and whatever the person's name is. So they use Sam. I'm going to use certainly a very common name, John. It's up to you whatever you use. So now you can see it's edited, right? So now we can change all this attributes that yeah. We can obviously also change the size. So for the text view is supposed to be bigger or smaller. Now what we have to do is we have to give it a certain space in the constraint layout as we have been instructed. Right. So what a constraint they want us to do is uh, just add from another text view and just add constraint layer with 16 dp on the right corner and the bottom corner. The same way on the top they want also 16. Okay. So now We just select it and we add a constant and select 16. Same way here, we will just do 16. So now we have given it the constant. So now you can obviously see you can see the arrow here. So it shows and 16 here. So it shows the positioning and the measurement of the system. Sorry, the text view. Now we will add one more text view in the bottom corner, right? And from home, right? So there are row time. So I'm going to write mine, right? And this, all you have to do the same thing. Just add constant layer. So it was simple, right? Uh, okay. So now we are done with this point. Now they want us to add style to it. So we have to add text size of 36 sp and a text color of black. So it looks a bit more attractive to the human eye. And so what we are going to do is search for the attributes. That is, first we will change the color. As soon as we write black, see, we get color black. And see, it definitely there is a change in the text. Now we'll see the text. Okay, here we need 36 sp. See, but I think that would be a bit too much. Okay, so 30 sp is good enough. And for the bottom text, yeah, we'll do the same. We will just text color, we'll just change it to black. And here we'll make it 30 sp as well. See, so now this will be reflected in the app itself. Let's just wait. Okay, see, whatever we made here. So now we have a simple app that uh, says John, happy birthday. But it's very simple. So now we have to add something to it, right? So in the next model, we'll go through it. See, they are giving solutions to you, so you can just go go to this link and just download the code if you want to. You can even clone it, but I would not recommend that. Do it yourself. It's very simple, and it will be given at the end of every module. Now we have to add images to it because our app is very simple at this point. So they want us to import this image uh, and that import it as a drawable. So that's simple. Just click here. All you have to do is download it. So now we have downloaded it, right? So what they are trying to tell us that we have to import something called a drawable. So it is an image, and we have to do is using resource manager. So we can see resource manager here on the left hand side of the pane, and all we have to do is just click on it and then import drawables. Here is our image, and there we go. So now you can see the drawable in here. It is a simple way to import images reflected in our app. So we have to add it, right? So what we add is it's called an image view. We need an image here. So next part we are going to do that. For the timing, let me just close the AVD. It's eating up all my RAM. Okay. Now, as I told you, we have to add an image view. So let's just go with the process. All you have to do is select the Android party. So okay, see, the image view is here, but still it is a very it's not very attractive, and there is a lot of white space here. So now we have to deal with it. So first of all, we have to add constraint to it. Here the search, and on all the side it should be 0, because we want the image to cover up the whole app. Now we have to select a scale type, so that the background does not have white space. The scale type center crop. See, now you have the image over the whole constraint layer. So now that's good. Also, one thing I would like to tell you is there are certain good coding practices that they add here. We don't have the time actually. It's almost 11:50. Uh, but you should read it. It's very important. And if you use this type of coding practices from the start, it will be very beneficial for you. Yeah, so now we have actually created a birthday card app. So they will give you a badge for it after you completing the quiz. So this is how we just made our first Android app right here, right? So now we are going towards the last module, and that is adding a button to the app. Okay, so this module is the most interesting one because it introduces classes and objects, and it so what we are making is a dice roller app, which I might have ready here. So you see, I have the dice roller app ready for you. So we'll first see what it does before we can start coding it. This will take time. Yeah, now I think we can launch the app. So obviously, certain times the AVD will take time, and I do have certain tabs open. It might be faster for you. I don't know if you can hear. There is also certain sound to it, and I think the last changes that I made didn't apply. But there is a certain we have to add certain space between the button and the dice. But see what is happening here. When I clicking roll, it is showing different images actually we are changing the images here, so we might not be able to complete this app right now. uh, yes, it will take a lot of time, so we'll complete half of it right now, and how I think we'll continue from the next session. But I want to show you that an app as simple as this can be completed, and all it requires very simple coding. See, all the amount of coding it required was just this much, and it's very simple, right? So let's just get started with it. So the first code line. And something to remember is many times you will automatically log out. So I have to continuously monitor if you are logged in. Otherwise, you will lose your progress. So this is a range function. So what it is actually doing is it is giving the value of 1 to 6 to the dice range constant. Okay, let's just try this in uh, Kotlin playground. Okay? So they are making a very basic version of our app in Kotlin. So it's a simple program to know uh, if if we can print randomly a value from 1 to 6 because there are 6 faces on a die. So for what we have to do is just declare a variable that is in dice range. They'll use dice range, so we also use it. Okay, so this signifies that the dice range will have value from 1 to 6. Let's just remove that tab. Now we will also create a new variable. So we need the random function. So what it will do is randomly take values from the dice range. So it can be any value from 1 to 6. That is what we want our behavior of our dice to be, right? So it is now taking random. Now we need to print it, right? So printing is very simple. Uh, let's just print random number. We'll add the other part of the string later. So now see we're getting 4, 1, 5. So the number between 1 to 6 will come up, right? Randomly. All we need to add is certain strings so that we can know what is the program doing. See, the random number is 1. It's 4. So it's randomly generating any number from 1 to 6. That is what the behavior we want for our app. Next, we're coming to certainly a very main part of object-oriented programming, that is classes. All you have to do is to create a class that defines the behavior of a dice and add some functions to it. So what basically a class mean? It is the blueprint of an object. So it defines the behavior of what an object will do. So whenever we want a new dice, what it will do it will inherit certain behavior from the class which defines what it will do. So for example, a dice is supposed to have 6 face, but sometimes if you want 20 face, it can also have uh, multiple face, right? Then how do we roll it? So we have to define that. So for that, we are going to create a class dice. In Kotlin, we will use this kind of syntax. Also, we can add colon and just so you show directly. Yeah, let me just open the playground event. Just go. Okay, just take it here, and we'll try to do. Okay, so first we will complete what we are going to do in the class dice, and then okay, so this is the basic structure how we okay. So now we need to give its certain attributes, right? So it will have 6 sides for now. We might be able to change it, but for that we'll go in the next module, right? And right, so now we will create a random number. So remember we are using in the last time that we were using, right? So it's one, then it's double. So it signifies that we are creating the number range from 1 to 6. And then what we'll do is just directly add the random function right here. So we don't have to create another variable for that, and just directly print it. You can also use print, but we are using println, so it just basically pin instant. And so this is the basic structure of the class dice we have created. So what it does, it will give each time uh, that we will create an instance of this class, it will have 6 sides, and it will have a function called roll that will let us roll the dice and get a number. Now we will need a main function, right? So main function, as we know, uh, is the starting point of every program, even in Kotlin. Now we are making an instance of the object. So all I have to do is just use the name of the class, that is dice. Make sure it is when you write, you have to know that it is case sensitive. So a capital D and a lowercase d will make a difference, and it might give you an error. So keep that in mind. Um, so we can. So whenever you will create the instance of an uh, class, so what will happen is it will inherit the values that are given to it. So whenever you invoke this kind of statement, what it will do, it will have this attribute and this function as its own. So now we can print the amount of sides it will have, and also what we can do is we can also use the function that we have. So see, uh, also although we have here a random number that is 6. Sorry, okay, it's not printing anything here. It will print the sides, that is 6, and then the roll, that will be 5. The 6 will remain constant because it is the number of sides, uh, and this is 1. It will change as like, because it is a random number. So now you get the drift, right? So this is what we are going to do. In the next section, it's also the same thing, although they are just improving it a bit, so you can skip that part. And So that was it for this part, this module. So you can also just make two dices. So just let me just copy this code. Yeah, just name it this second. This is we're using camel case. So now it will also have uh, same attributes. So the value of the sides will remain the same because we have basically set that to 6 and glitch. Okay. Uh, so this will print the same 6, but now if I run, this number might be different, this number might be the same because it has to be random. See, the sides remain the same, that is, this is the sides they have, but see the random number changes. So now we have two dice, right? So this will be the behavior of our app, but now we have to integrate it, right? So let's get so this was the Kotlin code that we just understand what we are going to do with it. So now we have to make an app for it, right? So let's just start with that. Wait, let me check if I have time. Okay, we are concluding this session here because the participants are also less, and now yes, we are over the time limit. So no, we can continue this next time. So we are going to conduct another session for this. So we'll take your poll if you want to continue this one, or we can also go with the prior experience programming track. So that might be more interesting than this is. Uh, but this session was meant for uh, people who are very new to programming.